Afternoon, everyone. Ben here, and today we are going to be doing another swing state. And actually, when I say a swing state, we are going to be looking at Nebraska's second congressional district and Colorado. Because there's not enough I can find on the second congressional district in Nebraska. By the way, looking at Iowa, there were some good points in the comments that Iowa is a fairly elastic swing state, and that there's a good uh, and that it shouldn't be put in the safe column automatically. And so that's why I've downgraded it to only likely, as in he'd win between 6 and 10%. Looking at Nebraska, that's a tiny county. Yeah, looking at all of these, you realize just how few votes there are in a lot of these places. In some of these, Hillary Clinton didn't even break 100 votes. Not as bad as in Texas, though. There's a county up here where Hillary Clinton only got like 5 votes. Here we go. King County, Texas, which, if I remember correctly, is actually where the King Ranch is based. Gary Johnson got the same number of votes as Hillary Clinton in this county. Anyway, moving back up to Nebraska, Hillary only won 2 counties, Lancaster and Douglas, where Lincoln and Omaha are. She only won Douglas County by about 5,000 votes, and Lancaster County was essentially a dead tie. It was 310 votes exactly. So I can actually see both of these counties being red in 2020. I can honestly see that. That's not outside the realm of possibility. And if we look, the only county close that was close to going away from Trump, sure, it was within 100 votes, and that's Thurston County, so that actually has that could have flipped as well. But I could see Nebraska being one of those states where Trump wins every county, which is the opposite of Kansas, where I don't see that as a possibility, especially these 2 counties being the way they are, despite everywhere else. And we see an example of that in Oklahoma. So I am not even going to consider this a toss-up vote. I think it would actually be safe, despite what a lot of people. I'll put it as likely just to be on the safe side, because it isn't super solid Republican. After all, did vote for Barack Obama. So now we're going to go over to Colorado, which is very weird, because I believe it was Pueblo County, which is has an extremely high. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. Apparently, an extremely high Hispanic population compared to the rest of the nation, and even the rest of the state has a high Hispanic population. It still voted for Donald Trump. And yet, one of the whiter counties that everybody would have expected to vote for Trump voted for Clinton. I forget exactly which one it is. It wasn't Arapahoe. And if we look at the change from 2012, a few counties, in the Denver area. Is that no? I was about to say Arapahoe moved. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. If we look at it, a few of these places were actually close. Adams County, Jefferson, Clear Creek, Gippon, Laramie. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt that one. But a lot of counties were fairly close, but I'm not sure if there are enough to flip it it would take a universal move towards Trump and the Republicans. AKA, it would take a really bad Democrat candidate to flip the state of Colorado to Trump, or Trump's vastly outperforming where he's supposed to be as president. I don't think that's going to happen without, something major breaking in the Republicans' favor. Because in a lot of these counties, I just don't see enough votes to overcome the 136,000 vote difference. I mean, that's pretty close, but speaking when you consider that there are about 5 million voters when you consider there are about 2.6 million voters in the state, a little bit more than that. And it's about 4.9%, so yeah. And the Senate race was even surprisingly more in favor of the Senate, of the Democrats. So yeah, Clinton was a bad Democrat. In the congressional district, Republicans still somehow managed to hold on. To the Senate, and state Senate went to the Democrats, state House went to the Democrats as well. Okay. A few it was close. Okay. Increase in minimum wage. People voted for that. Medical aid and dying. Okay. Denver Metro tax. Current state healthcare system. Or create a state healthcare system. Essentially create single payer. That should tell you everything you need to know about whether people want single payer. In a Democrat state, they voted 80% against it. Increased tobacco taxes, nope. Wow, that's surprising. Expand unaffiliated voting, they voted in favor of that. Restore presidential primary elections. Okay, good, in my opinion. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to see some of the other stuff about Colorado to see whether it was a state that could potentially flip. I don't see this as too swingy a state, but also it's a very weird state, it looks like. I would love to see a precinct by precinct map, but that's not going to happen. But as you can see, the more rural it gets, except for these areas which are pretty rural, but these are also super mountainous. Actually, and of course Denver area. So yeah. So yeah, looking at Colorado, I am going to actually put this in the lean. Yeah, in a 50-50 election, which is what this baseline is supposed to be, where each candidate gets 50% of the two-party share. I'm going to put this in leans Democrat column, because if Trump is getting 50% nationally, he's doing better in most of these states. There are a few that I think maybe we're not matching up to the national environment or voting because of the candidate or candidates. For example, Michigan is one of those. Maine, sort of, but it's been swinging anyway. So that's where I'm sitting on Colorado. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time we talk about New Mexico, this is probably going to be the last time it's ever considered a swing state, is in 2020. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Bye.